Alright, everyone, it's part 4? Part 4 for Smash 4 of the matchup chart. So I'm going to be going through all, probably 20-something of the Smash 4 veterans, and how they do against Richter and Simon, discussing some pros and cons of every matchup, and basically giving you advice on which characters you should counterpick, which ones you should really know the matchup for because it might be a struggle, etc. So, first character I can think of in Smash 4 is Villager, the first one to get announced. I think this matchup's even, despite what some people may think. This one I might want to debate with you guys a little bit on. I'd say I'd rather fight Game & Watch than Villager. I'm going to put him between Villager and... I'm going to put him between Game & Watch and Lucas. He does have that pocket. Ant is the only Villager I know about in SoCal. I've played him 2 or 3 times, and Villager, as a character, doesn't give me too much of a trouble. The main thing is, though, he has gimping tools like Nair and the Slingshot. He has a pocket as well. However, my main tactic against Villager, which tends to work out pretty well, is I only throw Cross until he pockets it. If it's a really good Villager player, he will wait until you throw Axe or Holy Water to pocket it, because if the Villager knows the matchup, the thing is, if you throw Axe or Cross at Villager, you can throw another one if he pockets it. But if you throw Holy Water and he pockets it, you actually cannot use it. So, where Villager struggles is the fact that he has low airspeed and not a lot of range. You can pretty easily outrange him. Axe and Cross will give him a hard time when he's recovering with balloons. His up special. And he doesn't have a great combo game. He's mostly a setup character. And if you have stage control and you have presence as Belmont with your whip attacks, it's going to be really hard for him to set up. The thing is, you as a zoner, you don't really have to come to him and fall into his traps like a lot of other characters do. And I think that's a really big plus for Belmont. You guys got anything else to mention about this, or do you think it's not even, or what do you think?
I know you said we wanted... Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, I play a lot of villagers up here in Massachusetts, especially notable ones being Supercuts, Bobby Wasabi, and Slingshot kind of fucks us a little bit off stage. So yeah, I know you said it's even, so like it's even in that sense. He also has the pocket, like you said.
Right.
But I think the off-stage game is really what...
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Lucas, and there was one other I mentioned, I guess Luigi. It's just one of those where Richter wins neutral, like, pretty easily. It's just when he gets knocked off stage. But I think winning neutral is really important in a lot of these. I mean, if you were to just rule characters by who wins neutral, you'll see that the matchup chart spread is pretty much the same.
Just a couple things that I wanted to bring up was dash attack eating through Slingshot, and then it all depends on the Villager you're playing against and how you play and what you want in their pocket. Axe is extremely scary to have pocketed.
Yeah.
So honestly, I wouldn't mind if they have Holy Water in the pocket just so I can use everything else freely, because they can't necessarily abuse Holy Water like we can. They'd have to pull it out, do whatever,
Right.
but it all depends
Well,
on
the
how
thing
you
is,
play.
Axe and Cross, you can still use everything. It's just, Axe is a little more threatening, I'd agree. Okay, so next Smash 4 character is going to be Mega Man. That's a tough one for me, because I used to think the matchup is Mega Man's favor, but there are 2 top Mega Mans in SoCal, Aether and MM Leo. I've beaten both of them. I tried using Mega Man against Nitro and I lost. So I want to say it's even, but at the lower end of even. I think he's about where Sheik is. The thing is, Pellets and Leaf Shield can gimp Richter, and Pellets are hard to deal with as Cross because they typically send them right back. But if you throw Cross in the opposite direction, it'll actually go through all the pellets and hit Mega Man. Your main strategy as Richter is to try to angle your fares around the pellets. He doesn't have a hitbox on his recovery. It's not a teleport recovery. You can hit it with Axe pretty easily. If he tries to up B over the ledge traps, you can catch him pretty easily for that. He's not a fast character. He doesn't have burst options. His dash attack is somewhat slow. He's got good air mobility. He can go edge guard pretty deep, but I feel like he doesn't have too much to escape the ledge traps. I think he might barely win. And that's coming from me, somebody who plays both the characters.
But like, I think that returning Cross, like if it comes back, the Mega Man might already know what the Belmont is doing, and it might try rushing in when the Cross is coming out.
Well, that's a general theory.
Their
That's like a general theory game plan where it's like, I'm using Reverse Cross in order to, get rid of the lemons. And this is something I do against Palutena a lot. When I'm fighting Palutena, I try to get a feel for when she's going to retreat and use her specials. But a good Richter player will say dash attack or mix up and go in or down and go fair. They might catch you off guard. So it's honestly kind of a counterplay thing. I just think when looking at the tools and what they can do, not whether in the hands of the player they're going to like repetitively use those tools, I think that is slightly in Mega Man's favor. But yeah, he can make that strategic counterplay and kind of rush in. But Mega Man isn't quite built for rushing in. He does have good close range options, but if you start throwing...
I'm like, he could just do like a roar back air out of all things.
Right.
I'm not personally a big fan of the matchup.
Neither
am I.
You guys have experience with it?
Not necessarily, so I can't speak too much.
Again, I'm in Mars'
It's kind of hell, but like if you get like to...
I feel like neutral's annoying, but the pellets don't quite add up as much as you'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like off stage, they can interrupt tether. Like I have a lot of experience with my tether getting interrupted. So there's that, and again, like pellets can just stuff out so much.
Right. I think I put him where Young Link is. I think I put him right where the Young Link is, slightly losing, maybe just at the top.
If he wants to avoid ledge traps, you could always grab ledge, drop, let go, up B, back up,
right.
and
I
over.
could see him
Still
doing
have that jump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Next Smash 4 character, Little Mac. 60-40. About where Ice Climbers are.
70-30.
Let's put him at the bottom. Let's put him behind Ganondorf. He's a yikes. We all know why Little Mac sucks. Just to watch just watch Ouija plays video on him. He still sucks.
Oh yeah, watch Ouija play. Watch Ouija. Very reliable source.
Yeah, exactly.
30-70. 30-70, but then they took out the jab combos. So now it's 70-30.
Richter beats him in the ground and in the air. Can edge guard him, it's just awful. Like, you just wait for Mac to side B, fair him. There's nothing to really say.
We beat Mac off stage, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay, moving on. Let's go with Corrin. That's a tough one, because I don't see much Corrin. I'm gonna put him...
We need more stand users.
Male or female?
Female. I think...
Okay.
I think we slightly beat Corrin. I think we slightly
female. Female's 30-70, male's 70-30.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I think we slightly beat Corrin. Like, it's like Lucina and Marth, but I think she doesn't quite have the airspeed.
I don't know how distracted you get by the feed, but
that's what you get for not wearing shoes. I mean, you're slower now. She has the projectiles, but it's laggy. You're out of range. She can't pin you. Her aerials are a little more laggy than Marth's. So I think we win that. I'm putting her next to Olimar.
I want to put her 60-40.
You think she loses 60-40?
Yeah.
How so?
Look at all the knockback angles that she has. They're all either vertical type combos.
That means she can juggle you,
that's
though.
Going to send you.
That means she can
you can get juggled. There's no gimping possibility. You can dodge through a majority of everything. Like, they're not all 100% necessarily true.
They're not.
Neutral B is really easy to eat through. Everything literally beats it.
Yeah, maybe I'll put her where DK is.
That's more of a fair assessment, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I don't think there's a lot going on there.
You know who else goes where DK is? Ken and Ryu. I'm gonna put both of them right next to each other. I think Ken might have an edge because he's a little faster. I think 55-45 Belmont's favor. They just straight up outrange him, and their recovery against Belmont is atrocious. If you force Ken and Ryu to use Tatsu, you can just easily intercept it. Like I was playing my friend. I play his Lieutenant Surge and Nito a lot. Those are the two big Shotos in SoCal I know about. Nito's been going off lately. He's got third at Mega Smash Mondays, I think. But again, there was a time where I just straight up kept fairing Surge off stage, and he would do Tatsu at Farum. He does Tatsu, Farum does Tatsu until he dies. It's kind of sad, really. They can try and out-camp you with Hadouken, but you can just fare right through it. In terms of focus attack, you could just nair and up B through it. It's just when they get in, they do big damage. That's it. That's all they got. Next, Greninja. I hate Greninja. It's a 6. That's a 40-60. That's an oof right there. I'm putting him right behind Fox. Greninja has good jump height. He's got really solid confirms that can kill Richter. His down smash sends him at an atrocious angle. He can gimp with shurikens. He has Hydro Pump he can gimp with. His jump height, his movement's insane. He can even possibly avoid ledge traps with Shadow Sneak. He has a counter that can deal with projectiles. I can just list a bunch of things. You got any disagreements?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay. Pac-Man. Pac-Man loses 55-45. I'm gonna put him by Ryu and Ken. I think he does a little bit better than Ryu and Ken because he has fair strings that go off stage. But the problem is, I'm gonna put him by DK. The problem is for Pac-Man that Cross goes through and hits his hydrant. You can just out-camp him, out-zone him, out-range him. Pac-Man has no speed. His burst options are kind of doo-doo. I think that's enough said. Shulk. Belmont's lose to Shulk. I'd say he's about where Roy is. With his stat boosts, he has the speed to zone break, the jump ability, the jump art to go off stage, the knockback with what's it called? Smash art. He can pretty much do it all. He's one of the few characters whose normals outrange Belmont. He can tech chase really easily. He can keep you in the air and juggle with up air and up tilts. The part where he struggles is his aerials are a little laggy. Belmonts can use his range if they're accurate enough. You can intercept his recovery with axe and such. He can't really get around the ledge traps. And that's pretty much all I can think of. You guys got anything? No? Another ass matchup, Palutena. I put her below Yoshi. It's 45-55, almost 40-60. I wouldn't say it's as bad as Greninja. Actually, I'll put her 40-60. It's bad. It's really bad, but it's not Greninja bad. Her Nair, Belmont's like the perfect weight for that, to just get Nair strings. She has the auto reticle, which can snipe jumps. If she takes your jump with auto reticle, you're just dead. She can juggle with up air. Any character that can juggle Richter is really good in that matchup, like Yoshi, like I said earlier. And Fox. And her up air kills like super early. Use fast fall air dodge against her whenever you can as Belmont. Whenever I get a sense for her retreating and using her specials, if she doesn't feel like approaching, she can just use Explosive Flame and Auto Reticle. If you feel like she's going to do that, run up and shield, because you can actually downward angle fair to punish out a shield, like against a lot of projectile characters. But she's got good burst options. She's got dash attack. The forward air just pokes in at that perfect angle. It's really annoying. If she spaces forward air and back air correctly, you actually can't punish out a shield, up B. You can't up B it out of shield. So she's got a lot of really good tools. Next is Wii Fit. I'm gonna put her closer to even than Olimar, but she still loses 55-45, barely, because of how she likes to live at the ledge, and because this character's built a ledge trap. She's gonna have a really hard time. Cross reflects the soccer ball. She gets outranged. If she even gets her limit, she has to try and get in somehow, which is really hard. She does not have any burst options at all. And again, like the other zoners, similar with Olimar, she just can't really get in. Next up is Bayonetta. She's pretty much in the realm where Sonic is. I'll put her right where Sonic is. She's another character that's kind of low tier, like low mid tier, that beats Richter. She can gimp, she can combo, she can juggle, she can use her witch time to counter the cross and get like free smash attacks. It's a really tough matchup. The Richter has to play pretty much perfect, and she can just get a free recovery. She can probably go over ledge traps if she wanted to, or witch time the ledge traps and completely 180 the situation. So He's got a lot of great tools in that matchup.
Not just that, but also like the combo game. But because because Belmont is actually pretty thick, they could get like comboed pretty easily, and like they could just lead like to early kills off stage.
Right, she can just gimp with Nair and intercept tether. Her aerials last a really long time. That hurts him too.
Oh boy, yeah.
All right, let me go through these real quick. Robin, I think Robin does worse than Luigi. Like, it's almost 60-40. I'm gonna put it 60-40. It's 60-40. Like, he has no range. He's slow as hell. He's another one of those zoners you can just, like, your presence, the ability to whip with your range, just shuts down whatever he can do. He can't even charge his neutral B in peace when you're there. His recovery has no hitbox whatsoever. I'm gonna like agree with this until I somehow lose to a Robin player. Next up is the Miis. I'm gonna go through the Miis real quick. Brawler wins. I'm gonna put him where Falcon is. He has kind of a similar playstyle as Falcon, honestly. If he's using the shot put, it sends him at a nasty angle as well, kind of diagonal down and away. There is a Brawler HLB. He beat me and Nitro at MSM, the same local, back-to-back with Brawler. Every time I run into him on Wi-Fi, I pretty much lose. Also, why is Shulk here? I think Richter does even worse against Shulk. Hold on a second. Let me move these. I don't know how these got off like this. There we go. Okay. Then is me Sword Fighter. I'm gonna put him with me Sword Fighter. I'm gonna put him with Ike. 55-45. Whenever he has projectiles, again he gets outranged. Kind of the same story there. Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt loses. I'll put him with Pac-Man. Kind of a similar playstyle. Well, actually, no. I'd say it's worse than Ryu and Ken. It's like where Luigi is, because Cross just goes through everything. Gives him such a hard time. It goes through the gunman. It hits the gunman. It can reverse the can. It can go through his clay pigeon. He has no hitbox on his recovery. It's just a really bad matchup for him. We're almost done with the Smash forecast. I think all that's left is Rosalina and Luma. I think they lose. But I don't think I've ever fought a Rose in bracket. I can only go off the fact that the Buzz lost to Riddles, partially due to probably matchup inexperience, but I think Richter can win that. She does have Gravity, which can suck in the projectiles, but she's just not very fast. She gets outranged. Same story as a lot of the guys in the 55-45 category. I'd probably put her where Mewtwo is.
The Buzz says that Rosalina loses -2.
It's not a -2, but...
Absolutely not.
Who else we got up here? Bowser Jr. Yeah, I think it's even. He's like a Lucas matchup. He can go super deep off stage. He can super armor through stuff. I've actually lost to Tater Nader, who plays Bowser Jr. I think we have like an even record or so. We kind of go back and forth, but he's been winning the last 2 times. He's learned the matchup pretty well, and he can just let go of ledge and then super armor through my ledge traps with the side B. It's pretty crazy. His main combo is a juggle, and again, Richter struggles against juggles. But other than that, I think where Richter does well is he can outrange him. He can punish his lag. He's got a lot of lag on the Mecha Koopa and some of his moves. If he plays safe enough, he won't get hit by his forward airs and back airs. It's just the gimping and the super armor that Bowser Jr. has. That's pretty much it. He's not a zone breaker at all whatsoever. But I think it's even because of his ability to super armor and gimp. Those are the 2 main points. Lastly is Cloud. I think he goes even with Cloud. I think Cloud's a little better against Belmont than Lucina and Marth. And I think that's because he's got a little bit more range, and that fair is really good. In fact, you actually cannot punish fair or back air without being out of shield if he spaces it right. You want to try and use dash attack and go under him before that move comes out. His main struggle is that recovery, especially if he doesn't sweet spot the ledge. He's got a projectile which can cancel out cross, and what else? He's got big hitboxes, which might be able to gimp Belmont. Oh, last one I forgot, Mii Gunner. Me Gunner loses. I think I'd put him where... I put him by Pac-Man. Just gets outranged. So that's everybody for Smash 4. We're actually almost done making this this matchup chart. So you guys got anything else to say before the end of this session? Finally.
We're nearing the end game.
We are.
We're in the end game now.
We got about less than 20 characters left.
Starting with the Belmont, how do you think Simon does against Richter?
That's a tough one. I think he has the matchup knowledge.
70.
He has the matchup knowledge,
30,
but
70.
30, 70.
But he doesn't have the looks.
70.